I am trusting that everyone is settled in, feeling good. Welcome to Momentum Monday. I'm Andrea Luzon, your legacy liberator. And what does that mean? Why do I say legacy liberator? For me, your legacy is the innate love, freedom, wisdom that is happening inside you, and you're imprinting it on your heart and your mind through your presence, your words, and your deeds. And you're also imprinting on others. You're imprinting it out in the world, but it's really coming from how you are talking to yourself, how you feel about yourself. So therefore, your love legacy is what I stand for you liberating. So in case you're just wanting to know a little bit more about me, that's what that is all about. So I created Monday morning rituals as part of a leadership community. And this was back in 2020. Yes, back in 2020, some of us, COVID was hitting and we had met in person, and then we were not. It was the universe decided that we weren't going to be seeing each other physically anymore. So we created this group where we came together to dance, to talk, to visualize, and oftentimes we would end with some journaling. And so that is what exists today. This Momentum Monday, this Monday morning ritual was birthed through that truly impactful transformational leadership group that I experienced in San Diego, California. And so here now I come to you from Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you all for being here. So today, what really bubbled up to the surface, or over the last few days, what's come forward is the Serenity prayer. Maybe you've heard it. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So what bubbled up to the surface for me is that we all get to call in support, guidance, and accountability, but it takes courage. It takes courage to accept support. It takes courage to accept guidance from outside of ourselves. And to be held accountable is really calling yourself forward to the next level. And that is profound courage, to really allow yourself to be called forward by others, by leaders that you admire, by mentors, by a guru, by a book of love that speaks to you, whatever that book may be in your spiritual community. So to allow yourself to be guided in that way. And that's what really bubbled up today was the Serenity prayer. And how could I stand for people calling in that serenity, calling in the courage, calling in the wisdom to know the difference of when something is ours to get involved in and make change, and when it's not, when something's not for us to get involved in and make a change. So thank you all for coming. It means a lot to me that you're here. I would love for you to just flutter your eyelids closed for a moment if you're comfortable with closed eyes, and just bring your awareness to your breath for just a moment. Just noticing what you're feeling. Noticing your body. Noticing your breath. And if you're able to, allow your breaths to become a little bit longer. Just allowing yourself to enjoy the feeling of breath moving in and out of your body. Feeling how expansive you can be. And on your exhale, let something drip off of you. Anything that's been feeling burdensome lately. On your exhale, see if you can visualize that just dripping off of you. And you don't have to release it permanently. When we're done today, maybe you want to pick that back up and work on that challenge that you're having. But for the next 20, 30 minutes, just allow yourself to set that down. Beautiful. Offer your breath a little bit of gratitude. Thank you to my lungs for working. Thank you to my throat for allowing the air to pass through. Thank you, universe, for breathing me. I don't even have to focus on breath. I always just keep breathing. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for supporting me in being present today, present with myself, present in this meditation. So just simply tune in to my voice, and I would love to present something for you. I'm sure that many of you are already having a practice of moving your body. Perhaps you already have a way that you connect with your movement. You connect with your spirit through movement. And perhaps that's already part of your world. Part of what I am standing for today is that you have an opportunity to feel your body. And I love to do this through movement and music. So my challenge for you today is going to be that you stand up as well as you can. If standing is not in your practice, then simply move with the music in the ways that feel good for you. Any movement supports us in coming more deeply into our human experience. And if you're open to bringing your attention to it, that movement can also support us in transcending the human experience and connecting with our spirit. So mind, body, and spirit have an opportunity to come together through dance. And maybe you just want to stretch a little bit. That's okay too. So when you're ready, begin to flutter your eyelids open and closed. And I am going to switch the music. If you're wondering why I'm turning my head, we have the Instagram community over here, and we have Zoom private recording room here, as well as the Facebook community, which is called the Awake Free Expansive community. Those words bubbled in years ago when I was starting my business, that every human gets to be awake to our vision, to our dream. We also get to be awake to what's holding us back from that dream, from creating it. And then we get to free ourselves from the blocks that have been stopping us from creating that vision. And then the third piece is expanding. So creating alignment with your actions in your life and really expanding and living the fullest life possible for you while you're here on the planet at this time. So here we go, switching the music. My challenge again is for you to stand up if you're able. And if you simply want to just rock side to side, that's great. Stretching is great. Bouncing up and down, shaking is also just really supports us in tuning into the body. So here we go. I'm going to crank up the tune. So dance with me. It's only a 3-minute song. So understand that it's 3 minutes of movement. Here we go.
You know I need you. You know I want you. Mama, I need you. Mama, I need you. You know I need you. You know I want you. Mama, I need you. Mama, I need you. You know I need you.
Right. Nice.
Mama, I need you. Come and see me, baby. You know I need you. Mama, I need you. Mama, I need
Don't forget to breathe while you're moving. Thank you for dancing with me. girlfriend. I just envision what that concert would be like. I'm hearing the piano, I'm hearing the horns, and the singer just sounds so alive, sounds so just excited about life. And that's how I love tuning into feeling. So I'm going to slow the music down again. If sitting down feels good for you, if remaining standing feels good for you, both of those options are wonderful. I'm going to bring the music down a bit. As you get settled, I would love to hold space for you while you place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. So just begin with that, feeling your heart pumping. Your heart should be pumping at this moment. So feeling that thumping in your heart space. Just allowing your focus to feel your heart, to feeling alive. Between your hand and your heart, allow yourself to experience a bit of gratitude. Almost like a little hand hug to that part of your body. That organ that's working hard for you, or maybe not working hard, maybe it's just fully embracing its work, enjoying its work for you, moving blood through your body. From your toes to your fingers, to the skin across the top of your head. And notice your hand on your belly, rising and falling. Allow your hand and your belly to communicate a bit of gratitude. Gratitude that our body has the ability to expand and contract, filling with air, oxygenating our bloodstream, keeping us alive. And how is that aliveness feeling for you today? You can keep your hands up on your body or allow them to settle into your lap or down at your sides. Just taking a few minutes to be with yourself. If your mind begins to wander, I found very supportive a meditation by Thich Nhat Hanh, which is simply, I know this is my in-breath. I know this is my out-breath. On the inhale, you simply say in your mind, I know this is my in-breath. I know this is my out-breath. This phrase, I know, is such a powerful statement for us in our lives. And something as simple as, I know this is my in-breath. I know this is my out-breath, can be extremely grounding and supportive for your mind, body, and spirit to come back together, to unify. And this unification is reminding me of the Serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So breathe in the knowing that you have the serenity. You have the courage. You have the wisdom. Allow yourself to be in the knowing. And the piece of my work that comes in combination with this is the Awakening Freedom method. And what really supports the Awakening Freedom method in working is support, guidance, accountability. So the triad that I recommend for individuals when you are seeking change in your life is to find guidance that serves you, guidance that is where you want to go on your path. So connecting for a moment, I am guided. Just allow yourself to bask in the knowing that you are guided. Right now, even in this moment, being here, you followed your guidance. So you get to trust yourself. You get to be guided. So I am guided. Breathe that in. Beautiful. And support. I am supported. That when we want to make change in our lives, we allow ourselves to ask for support, to surround ourselves with others that are moving in the direction that we also want to move. And if it's not the same direction, then they're at least able to be supportive, to support our journey. We're here to connect. We're here to support others. And we are here to receive support. I am supported. Just breathing that in. I am supported. And lastly, I am accountable. I am accountable. And this is you holding yourself high. This is you leaning into responsibility. You get to be accountable to yourself, to your dream, to your vision. What do you want in your relationships? What do you want with your health? What do you want with your service in the world? I am accountable. I am accountable. And it's okay to reach out to others for this accountability as well, to support your own accountability. Reach out to others for that as well. And the additional ingredient out of the triad, maybe a circle that surrounds this triangle, is courage. I am courageous. I am courageous. I know how to ask for support. I know how to seek guidance. I know how to hold myself accountable. I explore all of these with courage. I know it takes courage, and that is who I am. And that brings us back to the Serenity prayer. In full circle, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So when you're ready, blink open and close your eyes. Maybe stretch a little bit, maybe wiggle around your fingers, your toes. If you've been here before, you know that we love to explore a bit of writing together. So turn to a new page. Maybe you have, and if you don't have a book, that's okay. Allow yourself to grab a piece of scratch paper, anything nearby. Across the top of my page, I love to write Momentum Monday. And sometimes I feel called to write the date. Momentum Monday. So I'd love for you to start with simply writing the words of empowerment that we brought forward. And so to start with the Serenity prayer, go ahead and write Serenity. If you put them on the far left of your page, maybe afterwards you get to come back and write a little bit about how Serenity is functioning in your life. So on the far left of my page, going down, I'm simply writing Serenity. I'm writing the word courage underneath Serenity. And then I'm writing the word wisdom. So these are the three words that we began with today, the Serenity prayer. Serenity, courage, and wisdom. And then maybe give a little bit of space. And let's go ahead and write guidance. Guidance. And underneath guidance, write the word support. And underneath the word support, write accountability. So, to move forward with this, I would love for you to write the words, I see an opportunity for me to stretch into blank. I see an opportunity for me to stretch into blank. Look at the above 6 words that we've written: serenity, courage, wisdom, guidance, support, accountability, and allow yourself to feel into which one of these words is calling you in this moment. And sometimes it helps to place a hand on the heart and flutter your eyelids closed and allow yourself to be guided. And maybe a word or phrase or situation bubbles up that isn't on this list. And that's okay. The more we practice being in the silence and moving our body and choosing to be connected, the more guidance we will receive. So we wrote, I see an opportunity for me to stretch into blank. And go ahead and allow yourself to write a little bit. And it's okay if it's nothing on the list above. It can be whatever you're feeling. And if the word today supports you in narrowing it down, then allow this to be about today in particular. I see an opportunity for me to stretch into whatever that is for you today. And if you've already completed that, that's great. If you haven't, please come back to that and allow yourself to really process. The next piece I would love to stretch you into is, what are some actions? What are some actions I could take? This is simply a heartstorm experience. This is not a to-do list. What are some actions I could take today to support me on that stretch? What are some actions I could take today to support me on that stretch? And if the word stretch is new to you, we're simply referring to above, what we wrote above. What is that opportunity that you feel like you could flex a little bit more than you normally have been? What's something that you could flex into today? And then what are some actions you could take today to support you in taking that leap or moving in that direction or calling in that thing, situation, or that power word? If you allow yourself a moment to sit with that power word or maybe the situation that you wrote, what are you feeling guided that could support you in embodying that word more, or in bringing a solution to a challenge that you might have written? Allow this to be whatever is fitting for you in this moment. If you wrote a list, if you happened to have written a list of a few options of things you could do, is one of them speaking to you? Is one of them kind of sticking out as the thing that feels right for you today? Would you be open to circling one of the potential scenarios that you wrote out? So for me, to give you an example, the word that came forward for a stretch for me today was not on the list of 6. The word that bubbled up was surrender. And were I not guiding you today, I might have written a bit more, but I wrote surrender. And then for some actions, I wrote for options for me to really lean into the word surrender or to embody surrender. I wrote meditate. I wrote give a free energy session. I like to donate anonymous energy sessions on occasion, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes. I will pick a person and get out my massage table and just move around my massage table and support that individual just by connecting with their energetic frequencies. So that's an example of something that could support me in just surrendering and being more tuned into life is just carve out some time and give a free session today anonymously. And that we could create that through prayer, praying for someone. We could create that through a lot of ways. Maybe go dig in the dirt, go garden for a while. That could feel like surrendering and being more in the flow of life. I did write slow down. And so now I get to go back through those and tune in which one is feeling right for me today. So in the honoring of time, I would love to challenge you to give yourself even more time with this. Be with this exercise a little bit longer. Pen and paper. If anything challenging came up, if you felt frustrated through this, then it's okay to take this paper and put it somewhere out of your house and then move through the exercise again until you can get into a space of calling in what's possible. Shedding what's not working, allowing yourself to feel any uncomfortable sensations, be with them. And maybe that piece of paper gets to not be part of your journal, and that's okay. And then come back to it. Come back to these questions. Watch this video again. Move through an opportunity to be with yourself. So for those of us in the recording space, I would love to spend some time with you and just hear what bubbled up to the surface. And we can support each other. We can chat a bit. That always serves me a lot. So for those of you in the recording space, I would love for you to stay. For everyone watching the replay or watching the streamed recording, then I really am grateful that you've been here. I'm grateful that you were standing in time for yourself today, connecting with yourself. My name is Andrea Luzon, Legacy Liberator. You made it to Momentum Monday, your Monday morning ritual, and I hope to see you here again next week. Thank you.